All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Success Shift. My name is Jake. Start of a new week, start of a fantastic week. I'm full of energy. I'm full of gratitude. Things are just good. I love it when life just goes to plan and you just keep doing your thing, head down, put one foot in front of the other, and then things just start to happen for you. It's a really, really great feeling. Over this weekend, I had my 4-year anniversary with my lovely wife. And things are just moving forward in a positive direction. So I'm very grateful for my hard work in the past, even hard work when it felt like things were tough and grim and I just wanted to give up. Put your head down, keep going. One of the mantras that stick with me quite a lot is "this too shall pass," which is a very cool saying. I can't remember where I heard it first, but basically it says that all the highs, this time when you're feeling great, it will pass. The same with all the lows. This time when you're feeling great, it shall pass. So embrace the highs, embrace the lows, love the journey, love it all, and just fall in love with the process and doing the hard work, which is kind of what we're going to talk about a little bit about today. But I'm also very grateful for my wife. Like I said, it's been 4 years we've been together. So I'm finding extra gratitude for her. And she is so supportive. I just had this thought this morning. I was just like, I can't believe how lucky I am to find someone who's really just supports me. And even through my hard times, she doesn't tell me to quit and go do engineering. She picks me up and tells me to keep at it and that I'm going to get there and we just got to keep pushing and vice versa. So I'm super grateful to have someone like that in my life. And lots of the very, very top earning successful people often say that a strong partner in crime is very, very valuable. And I'm feeling very grateful for that today. So chuck some gratitude in the chat. I'm going to skim through a little bit quicker because I was running a little bit late this morning. So we're starting a little bit later, which means that we'll be a little bit shorter on time due to the call, but still chuck your gratitude in the chat. It's super important. Gratitude every single day. Gratitude day and night will change your life. It puts you in a completely different perspective. It puts you in a completely different frame of mind, frame of reference. Start your day grateful for stuff. You will hopefully move through the day looking for positives and not negatives. And we spoke a lot about that last week. So if you didn't hear those podcasts, go back and listen to them. They were up over the weekend. A lot about self-talk, self-narrative, and the affirmations that we speak to ourselves on a daily basis. Everyone has affirmations, whether you like it or not. Unfortunately, 80%, we have 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. 80% of them are unconscious, and 80% of those are also negative. And if we're unconsciously thinking negative thoughts 80% of the time, we're going to go down a negative path, and we need to start to shift that. So this is what I was talking about last week. And I got a lot of feedback on the one episode we did on Tuesday about affirmations. So I really highly recommend going back and listening to that. Lots of power in the way we think, the way we talk about ourselves, and the way we see ourselves. So understanding that and trying to shift that is really going to do leaps and bounds in your progress throughout life. I'm grateful for Teresa and her willingness to help us on this journey. Yeah, she's absolutely incredible. So good to find gratitude for Teresa and all that she does. For those of you that don't know, listening on the podcast, Teresa is our lovely mentor in trading, a 7-figure trader that mentors all of us that are often jumping on these calls. And I'm super grateful for her and everything she does and her growth and the opportunities she provides. So today, what do I want to talk about? The main concept I want to speak to you about today, as these gratitudes come in. I love it. Oh, there's quite a lot. I'm going to read these actually. I'm grateful for authentic conversation where one can share their hopes, dreams, fears, and uncertainties while still all bringing it back full circle to the positive directions you're headed. Yeah, I love that. It's very powerful. I'm grateful for the power of intention and choice. Whoa, look at that. I love the mindset that we've had some growth in this group. These gratitudes are getting stronger and stronger. I'm so grateful for each and every person I have met in my journey within this trading community. I live in a very, very small community, so physical interaction with people is limited. So meeting with friends through Zoom each and every day is very valuable to me. I totally understand that I live in an environment where I can't understand anyone's language, different culture, feeling sometimes very outcast. I love it here, but I totally feel where you're coming from, and having those relationships online can be very powerful as well, especially if you've got a group of people who all have the same goals and ambitions and drives and want the same thing, right? It's super powerful. So I'm so grateful for all of you showing up, sharing your gratitude. Honestly, every time I read other people's gratitude, it just opens up something else in my mind that I can be grateful for and just brings more positivity. So back to the topic at hand, fixed and growth mindset. This is the concept that I want to bring to you today. I've been thinking about this a lot, and I've always known about the difference between fixed and growth mindset, but I've never actually delved into it and realized how powerful it is. Chuck some ones in the chat if you've heard of these terms before, fixed and growth mindset, and some twos if you know the difference or anything about them. And if you don't, that's completely fine too. I don't think so. One. Okay. So we got some people not too sure, some people have heard about it. So basically, it's not too complicated, but where's my... I had a nice little image here that I was going to share. But basically, a fixed mindset is someone who believes that intelligence and talent is kind of born, it comes from nature. And a growth mindset believes that no matter what it is in life that you want to work at, you can get there with, devoted learning, hard work, and basically just growth. Now, let's see if I can share this with you. This was just one little, I'm sure you can find these all over the internet, but this is just one little visual that I saw the other day, which caught my attention. So people with fixed mindset believe that skills, intelligence, and talents are natural. Failure is shameful and should be avoided. Some people are naturally good at things while others just are not. You are not in control of your skills and ability. Now, I think coming from Western society, fairly decent upbringing, going to school, engineering, at university, people in my line of, I guess, upbringing were very much, oh yeah, he's just smart at this, or he's just good at sport, or he's just this. And there was people who were definitely on the lines of fixed mindset who were like, I'm never going to be good at sport, limiting belief. I may as well just do this. This is my strength. Only work on your strengths, never work on your weaknesses, because it's all just comes down to nature. And this goes back to the whole nurture nature, where I'm very, very, very strong on the nurture side of things. However, I do believe that it's 50-50. Let's say you're born 4'5" and I don't know, 30 kilos. You can try as hard as you want and work your absolute butt off and be pretty good at basketball, but you're probably not going to make it into the NBA, right? And same goes the other direction. So we are built with a head start in so many things. That is nature. However, your ability to work, your ability to hustle, your ability to consistently get up, your discipline, all these things are going to add to how successful you are at a certain thing. Now, I loved basketball. I'm 5'10". I worked my butt off. I got pretty good, but I wasn't going to make it into the NBA. I can't dunk. It was just a really hard uphill battle for me because of where I came from nature. But I worked really hard and I got really good, and my skills took me to a certain level. Now, obviously, work towards your strengths. Depending on where you're born, work towards that. Take your nature advantage, but you can really achieve anything you want in any direction, is my belief. And this is the growth mindset. Okay. So a growth mindset, people believe the capacity to learn and grow, like you have the capacity to learn and grow your skills. Failure is a valuable lesson, which I couldn't preach any better. People who are good at something are good because they've built that ability and they've worked hard. You are in control of your abilities. So this is the major difference. Now, often people with a fixed mindset think that effort, putting hard work into something really is a negative thing. Sometimes there's no point because you're either good at something or you're not. They avoid challenges because they either think, I'm going to be able to do that or I'm not. And they don't like mistakes or getting critical feedback. Sorry, what's it called? Constructive feedback. There we go. They get defensive. They take it personally. That kind of behavior. And I'm sure you've all met people like that. Put some ones in the chat if you've got friends like that, or you've met people like that, or people who are just like, that's dumb, you're never going to make it, just do this. Right, ones, sure do. Yeah, exactly. And so what I want to try and bring to people is the awareness of a growth mindset and the fact that you can do anything, and that if you just put your mind to it and work really hard, that you can get better at anything that you want. Like no matter what it is in life, you can get better at it. Now, some things you're not going to get to the top level just because nature does withhold you. There are certain limitations, but you can definitely get better at it. Okay. So people with a growth mindset, they are an important part of the process, is kind of like work really hard, focus on the process, getting better, consider different opportunities, right? Embrace challenges and fail forward, improve from your mistakes, like learn from your mistakes, take opportunities as best you can, and just really try, like just give something a shot. You never know, right? And they will often learn from their constructive feedback. They'll take it on board. They will try and grow and get better. So this is a really important idea to have. And I think when you take these two concepts into mind and you're aware of them, then you can attack some kind of challenge and go, am I coming at this from a fixed mindset or a growth mindset? Okay. And you do have that choice. You do have the opportunity to go, I want to think about this. How's my attitude towards this? Am I coming at this with a fixed mindset or am I coming at it with a growth mindset? And if you feel like you're coming at something from a fixed mindset, then we can go, hang on, why don't I turn this around? Why don't I look for opportunity? Why don't I try and learn from my mistakes? I know that I can do this if I really want to do it and I put the effort in. I can achieve anything, right? So shifting your perspective and understanding that you probably will fall into a fixed mindset and a growth mindset, and you might go back and forth. The idea is to be aware of where your habits and behaviors are and try to shift them into the growth mindset, so much so that over time, that's just where you live. You get so confident and sure about your ability to grow that is kind of how you identify as. And I've got down here, don't know how much we'll get through, but I've got down here that it's super important to build your self-worth on doing the hard things and showing up. So you can take pride in the fact that you're trying to do things that are hard and that you're just showing up consistently. Doesn't matter if you're failing, doesn't matter if you're succeeding, which I'll go into in a sec, but get self-worth of the fact that you're putting the effort in, that you're getting up every morning, that you're waking up like, hello, we've got a group of 50 people who trade with, and this group right here gets up half an hour earlier, 3 days a week, to learn even more, to go that extra bit, showing up, to put more information into your head, right? Those are the things that you can grow self-worth of. Be proud that you're showing up. Doesn't matter if your growth is super fast or if it's slow. Everyone has a different journey. Everyone has certain barriers and things they need to overcome, but you can be proud at the fact that you're doing the things that will eventually get you there, no matter of your time frame. Okay, you can be proud of the fact that you're showing up, that you're getting the extra work, that you're trying to put in the extra mindset, the growth, the personal development, all these things, half an hour before the other 90% of the group that's not on these calls, right? These are the things where you got to take your self-worth from. Not, oh, I haven't got this dollar amount in my account. Let's not make our success and our self-worth and our pride based on a singular achievement or a material possession or a numeric value. These things are finite. These things, you reach them and they are gone. Like, yes, it's a good thing to have a target to. I want to get to this. I want to reach this level. But don't pride yourself on that. Pride yourself on, am I doing everything that I possibly can to get to that? This will be the result. Fall in love with doing the process, doing the hard things. Am I doing today what I can do, everything that I can do to get to that goal? Yes. Good. I'm fucking crushing it. I am successful. That's the mindset that we should have. And I think Earl Nightingale says, amazing. I'm sure you've heard this quote before, but success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal, right? And now, what is progressive realization? It's basically moving towards something gradually. So progressively achieving a particular thing. And now, yes, you can define what is a worthy goal. Now, whatever that means to you, that's completely subjective. But as long as you're moving towards it, that's where you should see yourself as successful. And as we can shift this mindset to a growth mindset and go, I'm growing every single day. I'm achieving every single day. I'm doing the baby steps that are going to get that goal. That should make me go to bed proud. That should make me want to get up and go, can I do everything I can to grow a little bit extra today, to take those steps forward today? Or am I, this is too hard, I'm never going to make it, let's just pack it in, sit down, go back to the job and watch Netflix all afternoon? These are the two different mindsets. And don't get me wrong, I've had so many times where I've gone, that's it, I can't do this, this is ridiculous, I'm going to pack it in, I'm going to, I've had enough. But then you observe, you acknowledge, you assess, and you go, okay, Jake, you're sitting in a fixed mindset, you're just having a hard time, this too shall pass, give it a moment. Right, how can I grow? How can I not be so disheartened by not achieving this goal? And how can I look at it from a different frame of reference and go, actually, what did I do today? I got up, I meditated, I read, I listened to a podcast. These are all growth mindset stuff. These are all things pushing me forward to a bigger goal. These are my progressive realizations to what I believe is a worthy goal. And for that, I can be proud. Okay? So these are the main concepts that I really want you to think about when we're talking about fixed and growth mindset. And the next bit that I want to sort of touch on quickly, there's not just intelligence quotient. There's 4 different types of intelligence, shall we say, that we need to be aware of. And so many people, when they're at school, think that intelligence is your IQ, basically. And when we say fixed and growth mindset, it's your intelligence and your talent. Can they be grown and changed, or can they not? And I don't want you to think of intelligence just as your IQ. Okay. We've got your IQ, which is intelligence, but then we've also got your EQ, which is your emotional intelligence, which is hugely important for trading, like hugely. And we spoke about that in the past. We've also got the social quotient, which is how you are with other people, networking, can you understand relationships, empathy, all that sort of stuff. And then the adversity quotient. So there's 4 kind of aspects that categorize into intelligence. And I think I'll go into this individually in another episode. But don't just think that I need to be brain smart. If you can be brain smart, emotionally smart, socially smart, and adverse, and have the ability to keep going and adapt and change, then you're basically unstoppable. And if you believe that you have a growth mindset and all of this can be improved on and all of this can be bound together to achieve whatever you want, then there's literally nothing that can stop you. The only thing that you're bound by is time. And then time creates these unnecessary fears, which is another thing I'll talk about in another episode. But then you're just bound by your time frame. And if you can shift your time frame and not be like, I need to make millions of dollars by 3 months from now, then you release all the stress and the pressure and the fear. Okay. So figure out how you can be adaptable, I guess, and change your 4 figures of intelligence, have the mindset that they can grow at any single stage. And as they grow, as they expand, realize that your fear comes down to time and the time frame that you're sort of basing things on. So we can shift the time frame. We can accept the fact that all 4 of our intelligences are growable, they are changeable, and you almost become limitless, only bound by your own imagination and your own willingness to continue to drive. Okay. Now, I was going to get into my answers to my questions that I asked on Friday, but I kind of run out a bit of a time. So maybe we'll touch on that on Thursday. And the last thing I want to share is Tom Bilyeu was kind of one of the people that I look up to, and he's got the only belief that matters. And this goes on to it's not what you achieve, but what you want to become and how hard and willing you are willing to get there. How hard and willing I've completely butchered this, but it's not what you achieve, but what you want to become and how hard it is that you're willing to push in order to get there. Okay, there we go. I finally got it. All right, so I'll go through my answers to the 3 questions that I asked on Friday. To start with, what is my biggest fear? What drives you? What is your passion? And who is your biggest role model? These are the 3 things that I want you to ask yourself, and we can touch them on Thursday if you haven't asked yourself already. Okay? So, traders, let's jump over to the trading call. Let's make some lovely points. Hope you've got a good mindset today. I know I'm feeling very energetic. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Couldn't get through everything I wanted to, but give yourself the time to read through all your stuff, get yourself set up. And to those listening on the podcast, I'll see you on Thursday. All right. Much love to all. Bye.